Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News. Attleboro State Representative Jim Hawkins and Massachusetts Secretary of Transportation Monica Tibbits-Nutt toured the South Attleboro Commuter Rail Station. The station has been under construction for the last several years after being closed due to a deteriorating pedestrian overpass. DoubleACS covered the event.
Secretary Monica Tibbits-Nutt is here to highlight all the possibilities now that it's open. We want to take advantage of the train being operational from here. Before COVID, it was the 5th busiest station, not just on this line, but in the state. And the reason is that it's easy to get to off of I-95. You can get here without going on any city streets or turning left across traffic. And it used to be the busiest one, but people, while it was closed, have changed their commuting habits. Having it reopened has changed a whole lot of things. Now GATRA and RIPTA are working together. They meet in the other parking lot right there at the train station, which never happened before. The owners of the plaza are working with MassDOT to fix traffic issues at the entrance to Newport Avenue. There's new housing going on up the street on Newport Avenue. Having this open has changed the area, and we want to take advantage of that. We're going to free parking to encourage people to start getting used to using this train station instead of the others and get off the highway. Some people just aren't using the train at all. You look at the traffic on 95, we need to get them in here to deal with traffic on the highway.
This has been an amazing project, working with all the local officials, working with the local property owners. This has been a community that has not had the level of service that they needed. We have a community making investments in housing, making investments in small businesses. We want to make sure that we are doing our part on the transportation side. Being able to offer people an option to park and ride, to get people off the roadways, get them on the train, and being able to offer that for free, also working with the local regional transit authority. This is not only what unlocks a region, but this is what impacts the congestion on our roadways. We all know what the congestion is. And the big thing is you need to give an option that's easier than driving. This makes this easier than driving. Being able to access businesses, being able to park here, being able to potentially do carpool, get on services that will take you into Rhode Island. This is the type of investments that this administration wants to make. These are the focuses. We've been talking about this for years, and being able to actually come down here and see it in action, this is the kind of work that makes my job as fulfilling as it is, and this is the kind of stuff we want to continue to do. We want to continue to get more services here. We want to continue to work with the local community. They're doing the right thing. Now we want to make sure that we're doing the same. As the housing prices have increased in the inner core, and as the housing supply has diminished, people are moving further out. People are moving into communities where there are great public schools, where there's housing that they can afford, where there are businesses that they can work in, and being able to put transportation in those locations, that is what's going to help them thrive. Because it isn't just about centering everything within the inner core, even as housing supply is increasing. It is about meeting people where the housing is.
I can tell you why it's important, because I've lived it. 25 years ago, I was living on the east side of Providence, working for the United States Immigration Service in Boston. I commuted from this train station, and I remember parking over there some days and other days over near Home Depot and having to hoof all the way over here, back when this place was so crowded that you'd be lucky to find a spot. Shortly thereafter, I moved into Attleboro and started commuting from the downtown train station, and that was super crowded, right? But I have lived what it means to have these stations running at full capacity, that people like myself who lived in Rhode Island will come to this station and commute into the city, and of course people who live in Attleboro, North Attleboro, surrounding communities as well. But this is a really important stop in addition to our downtown stop. Downtown is much more about residents and locals. This stop is where people come from Rhode Island and parts closer to this side of the Commonwealth. But to have it thriving again is not only good for commuters, it's good for the city, it's good for the environment, get cars off the road, it's good for economic development, it's good for the state. It's a win-win. So I hope to see it back to even close to what it used to be. That would be awesome. People are coming here, just like I came here, because of the transportation, because it was affordable. Those two things are both still true, and people are still coming here for the same two reasons that they've been coming here for many, many years. That's why Attleboro is on the move, that's why we're growing. Particularly there are folks now moving from the north down, because you can get on the train and because you can afford to buy a house. Those two things are important. They're now more important now than perhaps they ever were, and we need to keep that going. So I'm very happy to welcome the Secretary to the city and to have their support on this particular initiative. It's awesome.